Hey, John Hunter. Thanks for
How are
joining
you?
on the call. We've got some members of the Tri-Cities media on here. They'll be recording the call. They've submitted their questions to me, and I'll just run through them with you and just fire the questions at you, and you can give us your answers. And a bunch of people are recording it, so you're good to go.
Sounds good.
All right. First question that we have. Following a 19th place finish Sunday at Pocono, how do you feel your team is progressing?
Yeah, I feel like from this year, there's been some weeks that we've shown speed. There's been some weeks that we haven't had the speed that I feel like we need as a race team, but we try and make the most out of our days. And to come home 19th, I feel like it was a strong weekend for us. In a sense, our teammate had a lot of speed Saturday, and we kind of took some of the things that they had and implemented it into our car Sunday, and we ended up running better Sunday. So still have some work to do when we go back, but I feel like Front Row Motorsports as an organization continues to try and get better, and that's what we're striving for. We're striving for perfection and trying to make our team a contending race team every single week that we show up to the racetrack.
You've had a couple of top 10 so far this season at Darlington and Talladega. Which race do you feel like so far has been the best for you?
Whew. Well, super speedway racing, it's pretty much all about luck and putting yourself in the right spots and trying not to get caught up in trouble. And we put ourselves in a position to have a shot to win at Talladega, and sadly we came home eighth. As bad as that sounds, it's frustrating when you put yourself in a position to have a shot to win and you think that you're that close. And then I feel like Bristol was really good for us this year. We ended up having an engine issue, which kind of hindered us from a better finish, but we had a really strong car there. We were in contention all day. Darlington as well. Being able to run really strong at Darlington up against the fence and showing speed is very promising for us as a organization. And I feel like the short tracks have kind of been one of our strong suits this year. So hopefully we can continue to get better on those and continue to get better at the 1.5 miles where I feel like we need a little bit of work.
Speaking of short tracks, do you feel like a track like Bristol is going to generate some excitement for the All-Star race?
For sure. I definitely think that it goes back to Bristol, the last great Coliseum, where sparks fly and tempers flare, right? There's going to be a lot of beating and banging and going for a big amount of money. Anyone is willing to do anything and no points on the line. Everyone is trying to push their cars to the max, and I'm pretty sure anyone would wreck their mother to try and win that race.
How does that affect your strategy, like in the All-Star Open, no points, just trying to make it into the All-Star race?
Do everything that you can to make it into the All-Star race. Run whatever line you need to run, block however you need to block, or push, move people out of the way. Whatever it may take to try and make it into the All-Star race, we're willing to do. And having a strong run like we had at Bristol and having a car that we feel comfortable about going back with and a setup, I definitely think it helps us a lot as an organization at Front Row.
You mentioned your 13th place finish at Bristol in May. How do you feel about your chances in the All-Star Open?
I feel pretty good about them. When you go back and look at the rundown, pretty much everyone that finished in front of us is already in the All-Star race. So just have to make the most of the situation that we're in. And I felt like we should have run better than we did for sure, or finished better than we did for the speed that we had. So hopefully that makes it a little bit better for us.
How cool will it be able to race in front of a large number of fans again?
I can't wait to have fans back. The whole atmosphere and being able to have fans back, whether they're cheering or booing, as long as they're making noise, it's great to have fans back in the stands, and we can't wait to put butts back in the seats. I think one of the things from my rookie year that I was really looking forward to was some of the pre-race activities from some of the iconic racetracks that we go to, and some of the driver intros, and having fans and sponsors and friends and family, everyone on the grid, and kind of just taking it all in. So it's definitely stunk to not be able to experience all that so far this year, but can't wait to have everyone back.
What are your thoughts on the rookie battle so far this season?
I think the rookie battle has been very interesting. All the talk coming in was the big three, right, from the Xfinity series. And I was over here, big three and me. What about me over here? So We started off the season really, really strong. We led the rookie battle for a little bit. Now we're kind of chasing down Tyler Reddick because he's had some really good runs over the past few weeks. So we just have to continue to stay after it. It's not over until it's over, that's for sure. So being able to be second in that battle and have some points to make up, but really it's not a ton of points when you look at it and how many points you can get on the weekend. So overall, we just got to stick with it and try and do the best that we can and run the best that we can every single weekend.
What's been the toughest adjustment for you moving into the Cup Series, being a rookie in the Cup Series?
I would say the whole pandemic break, coming to a new team during the Cup Series and trying to keep that communication established and not being able to go to the shop and not being able to be around the guys during the whole COVID pandemic and having to stay home and still try and keep that communication flowing from something that you kicked off for 4 races, I think, before the whole COVID deal happened, and trying to continue to grow on the communication side. It's been difficult to kind of, in a sense, keep that communication flowing. But overall, I feel like myself and our team and crew chief and everyone have done a really good job of trying to stay in touch and continuing to progress and trying to keep front row running up front and just trying to get the best finishes that we can every single week that we go to the racetrack.
You mentioned the pandemic. How hectic has it been for you, not only just being a rookie, but having so many races kind of bunched together, racing on Wednesday nights and, racing 2 times at Pocono, just all the racing that's come up. How have you handled that?
I love it. If I could run all 3 national series like you could, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that, I definitely would. Being able to run multiple races a weekend and being able to learn from that and gain a valuable experience and put notes in your notebook for how the track changes and changes that you made that may have worked and how to get your car better and stuff that you need for next time. I enjoy it. I love it. If I could race every single day of the week, I could. So it definitely would be one of those things that, like the whole Pocono situation, if you don't run good on Saturday, you have another shot on Sunday. So you don't have to wait a whole week. Instead, it's either a day or a few days until you go back to another racetrack and have another shot to run better than you did.
The All-Star Race and the All-Star Open will both be on a Wednesday night. What's your thoughts on racing on Wednesday nights? There's been a couple of Wednesday night races so far this season.
Yeah, it's been one of those situations where you forget what day it is. In a sense, I've had a hard time keeping track of Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from traveling and racing and everything else we've been doing. But I like running on Wednesday nights. I think it's a very unique thing that NASCAR has been able to do this year. I know that everyone's talked about it in the past, but being able to actually do it and experience it now, and it's one of those things that we are able to give back to the fans and supporters for something else to watch on a Wednesday night, and hopefully we can continue that. I like racing during the week.
You talked about short tracks and liking short tracks and wanting to get better on short tracks. Everyone talks about how tough Bristol is. Personally, for you, like how do you approach Bristol?
Bristol has been really good to me ever since I started my career in NASCAR. I've always loved Bristol. High bank, really fast, kind of suits my style in a sense, and I just really like the place. I've run good there ever since we started. So you have to attack Bristol. You have to go and push your car to the max and try and make the most out of everything that you have and run multiple lines and search around for grip as the rubber builds up. And now with the PJ1, how that affects your car and handling. And to me, Bristol is just an amazing racetrack. It's an iconic racetrack. And if I could race at Bristol every single weekend, I feel like I would. It's just one of those racetracks that you look forward to going to every single year.
All right, that's all the questions we had, and we appreciate your time today, and good luck. We'll see you here on the All-Star Open and the All-Star Race as well. We'll see you then.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it.
Yep.
See ya.
See you, man.